So our intention is to find out the electric field intensity, right? Electric field intensity of work and potential, right? So the next part in the first unit in the electrostatics is the work and potential, right? As I told you, all these parts are different methods for finding out electric field intensity. Okay, ivanni kuda enante all these are various methods for finding out electric field intensity. Okay, right, electric field intensity, all these things are different methods. Okay, we have seen two methods, Coulomb's law and Gauss law. Now let us see the third method for finding out what is called as electric field intensity. What is this concept? Okay, so firstly, what is work? Okay, work ante enti, right? When I say there is some work, okay, work means application of energy, ante kada. So doing some work means we are applying some energy. Okay, let us consider there is a point charge q. Okay, I have some charge q. Okay, it can be point charge or whatever it is. Let us assume that there is a charge q. Okay, so because of this charge there will be some force around this charge, right? So there is some force F. Okay, so I have a charge q, and around this charge there is some region where the force because of this charge will be felt. That region we are calling it as electric field intensity. Let the force produced by this charge particle is F. Okay, F anukundam. Now for example, if I take, let's say this is positive plus q anukundam, again I am taking some test charge qt, right? Okay, I'm taking some test charge qt plus qt, that is also positive. Okay, so obviously when we know that whenever there are two positive charges, okay, and whenever there are two equal same kind of charges, positive positive or negative negative, there will be repulsive force, obviously. So that means because of this q there will be a repulsive force, there will be a repulsive force on qt ఉంటుంది కదా. So that force is nothing but the magnitude of that force is given by Coulomb's law, so which we can write F we already know. Okay, the force at this point we know. Okay, okay, are you able to understand me? So I have a charge q. Okay, so because of this charge there will be a field produced. Okay, so inside this field now I am going to place a test charge qt. I want to place a test charge qt. Okay, this is the charge. So whenever I put a charge, because of this q there will be some force on qt. That force is given by F. Okay, so that means this charge will definitely repel this particular charge, ante kada, because of q qt gets repelled. Okay, but if we want to maintain this qt at the same point, okay, and qt kadalakunda, qt move avakunda, if I want to hold the qt at the same point, then what I should do, I should apply equal and opposite force, ante kada. So the force I should apply equal and opposite. Okay, for example, if I want to move this point, if I want to move this test charge by a small distance, let's say dl distance in the same, right, linear distance. Okay, right, so if I take the qt, right, okay, and if I want to move this qt, then what I should do, I should apply the same amount of force or some a little say more than some F value. Okay, or even same F value, and I'm moving it a little small distance. Okay, so when I move this point, that means I'm applying opposite force. Okay, because of my opposite force I am doing some work, right? Okay, so the amount of work done, because I'm taking a small distance, let us consider the small work done that we are doing is dw is equal to, right, so the formula for work is force into distance, right, force into distance. Okay, the force here is F, right, and the distance is dl, so I'm writing minus F because it is in the opposite direction, ante kada. This force that I'm applying is opposite to that of the force that is produced by q. Okay, see again I'm repeating it again. So I have taken a charge q, right, q ane charge తీసుకున్నాను, right? ఈ Q వల్ల ఫోర్స్ అనేది ప్రొడ్యూస్ అయింది, ఆ ఫోర్స్ F అనుకున్నాను. Now I am taking a test charge QT, okay, test charge QT. So whenever I take the test charge, because both are of same polarity, there will be some repulsive force on this QT, so it will tend to move away from Q, okay, correct? Yes. But if I want to hold it at the same location, అంటే అది మూవ్ అవ్వకుండా అలాగే ఉండాలి అంటే what should I do? I should apply equal and opposite, అంటే ఆపోజిట్ డైరెక్షన్ లో ఇక్కడ F ఉంటే నేను ఇక్కడ ఎక్స్టర్నల్ సోర్స్ ద్వారా ఒక F, రైట్, ఒక పర్టికులర్ సేమ్ F వాల్యూని నేను అప్లై చేయాలి. అప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది, ఎగ్జాక్ట్ గా అదే లొకేషన్ లో ఉంటుంది. ఓకే, ఇఫ్ ఐ అప్లై ఎ లిటిల్ బిట్ మోర్ ఫోర్స్ and tend to move this, right, అంటే దీనికంటే ఇది ఎక్కువ ఫోర్స్ అప్లై చేస్తే ఆపోజిట్ గా ఇది లోపలికి వెళ్తుంది, రైట్? సో లెట్ us consider I'm applying a small force F, right, that is equal and opposite, and I'm moving it by a small direction, ఒక చిన్న డైరెక్షన్ DL ని మూవ్ చేశాను. ఓకే, సో ఒక స్మాల్ ఈ పాయింట్ నుంచి పాయింట్, లెట్స్ సే పాయింట్ B టు పాయింట్ A, ఓకే, పాయింట్ B టు పాయింట్ A మూవ్ చేయడానికి సమ్ ఫోర్స్ అప్లై చేశాను. సో ఎప్పుడైతే ఫోర్స్ అప్లై చేస్తామో, ఎప్పుడైతే మూవ్మెంట్ జరుగుతుందో, దెన్ వి సే దట్ వీ హ్యావ్ డన్ సమ్ వర్క్, అంతే కదా, రైట్? వెన్ వి అప్లై సమ్ ఫోర్స్ అండ్ వెన్ వి పుష్ ద ఆబ్జెక్ట్, అంటే మనం ఏదో ఒక పని చేసాము, వీ హావ్ అప్లైడ్ సమ్ ఫోర్స్, ఓకే, సో దిస్ ఫోర్స్ will give us some work, right? So the formula for work is dW is equal to minus, right, minus ఎందుకు తీసుకున్నాము, ఆపోజిట్ ఫోర్స్ కాబట్టి, రైట్, F into force into distance, that will give you the amount of work done. Okay, but because force and distance both are vectors, so the product should be taken as dot product. Okay, so dW is equal to minus F dot dl. Okay, so ippudu, right, okay, so that is work is basically can be, now we got the definition, right? It is the amount of work done in moving a small, right, okay, work is nothing but the amount of force that is applied to move a charge particle from position A to position B, right? Work is the, right, amount of force applied or the product of force applied and the distance moved is giving us the work done. Okay, this is the dW, right? Now from the Coulomb's law, right, manaku telusu relation between F and E. F force, F can be written as F is equal to, or E bar ఎలా వచ్చింది మనకి, E bar is equal to F by Q అంటాం, force per charge. So F bar can be written as E bar into Q, అంతే కదా? So F bar can be written as E bar into Q. So if I substitute that, dW is equal to minus E bar into Q dot dl bar. Okay, this is equal to, again, charges as, right, scalar quantity, so I can put it outside, Q into E dot dl, E bar dot dl bar. Okay, so this is my work done. Okay, now this is the small work done. So if I want to, let's say from point A and point B are far apart, so that is I want to move this from here to here for a larger work, right, the total amount of work. Okay, so the total amount of work W can be given as integral dW from let's say B to A. The initial point is B and the final point is A, so therefore the total work is integral B to A dW. So this is equal to, right, minus, okay, integral B to A Q E dot dl, okay, or W is equal to minus Q into integral B to A E dot dl. Okay, so this is the formula for work done, right? Okay, so the work done when moving a test charge QT, right, this is, so here the test charge, right, all these things are test charge, right? So the amount of work done in moving a test charge from a point B to point A, okay, inside an electric field, the electric field is produced by this charge, right? So inside the electric field is given by this formula, right? Okay, so I'll repeat it again, so just a quick repetition. So I'm considering a Q, right, a point charge as Q, right, the point test charge is Q. Okay, because of this Q, right, there will be some force, right? Let us consider a small test charge QT, right? Let us consider a small test charge QT. Okay, this QT, okay, if I, because both of them are same polarity, they will experience a repulsive force. There will be a repulsive force experienced. Okay, but if I want to keep this qt intact, right, that means without moving, I have to apply equal and opposite force as that of f ఎంతైతే ఉందో దానికి ఈక్వల్ అండ్ ఆపోజిట్ ఫోర్స్ అప్లై చేయాల్సి వస్తుంది. సో ఈక్వల్ అండ్ ఆపోజిట్ ఫోర్స్ హ్యావ్ టు బి అప్లైడ్. ఓకే, అప్లై చేయాల్సి వస్తుంది. So therefore, right, if I want to move this by a small distance, then I have to do some work. Okay, what is the work done? What is the work done? dw is equal to force into displacement, or force into distance. Okay, so what is the force? F bar. What is the displacement? dl bar. Okay, so F bar dot dl bar is the work done. Okay, now again from Coulomb's law we know that F bar can be written as q into E bar. Okay, so therefore dw is equal to, right, q E bar dot dl bar. Okay, so this is the small amount of work done. Okay, now if I want to get more, that is the total work in moving from point B to point A, I want to integrate, right, from B to A. So dw, w is equal to integral B to A dw. So we will get something like this. So the formula for work done, right, finally the formula for work done is w is equal to minus qt into, right, E bar dot dl bar. Okay, E bar dot dl bar, right. Okay, so this is the thing, right, and we have to remember that E bar dot dl bar, E bar and dl bar both are vectors. So dot product of two vectors will always be a scalar, right? Remember, this is a scalar. Okay, so work, charge is also a scalar, right? All these things are a scalar quantity. So work done is always a scalar quantity. Work is always, work done in moving a test charge will always be a scalar quantity. Okay, right. And one more thing is, so that is one important point we have to remember, right? Work done in right is always a scalar quantity. Second property, or the second point that we have to remember is, right, so if I move this charge particle, let's say if I move it like this, there is a test charge like this. Okay, qt. So this is my starting point. Okay, I'll move it like this and I'll again come back to this point. Okay, that is if I move it in a closed path, right? So closed path, that is the integral, limits of integral or same, then in that case whatever may be the test charge, the work done will be 0. Okay, so the amount of work done in moving a any charge, right, in a closed path is always is equal to 0. Okay, so these are the two important points that we have to remember. Okay, so this is the concept of work done, right? So we have introduced a new term, a new definition called as work done, right? So that is, it is the amount of work you have to or the force you have to apply to move a charge particle from a particular distance. Now let us go to the next term, right? The next term is the, from work we will go to the next term, which is called as potential. What is this potential, right? It's a simple thing. So here I have, in case of work, I have considered a test charge qt, right? I have considered a test charge, some charge qt. If this qt is equal to 1, if this qt is equal to 1 coulomb, right? If the test charge is a, right, unit test charge, if the test charge is a unit test charge, then the amount of work done in moving this unit test charge from the point A to point B, right, or from the point B to point A, right? So there is a charge q here. Okay, there is a charge q here, right? There are 2 points, point A and point B. Okay, if I take a 1 coulomb charge and move it from B to A, then the amount of work that I spend, right, to move this 1 coulomb of charge from the point B to point A is called as the, right, potential difference between the 2 points A and B. Okay, so potential difference or potential difference between the 2 points. Okay, so what is potential means? Potential is the point, is the amount of work done. Potential difference between the 2 points is nothing but the amount of work done, or the amount of energy or the force that is required to move a unit test charge from the point B to the point A. ఓకే, అంటే ఒక పాయింట్ బి నుంచి ఒక పాయింట్ ఏ కి రైట్ ఒక యూనిట్ చార్జ్ ని మనం మూవ్ చేయడానికి ఎంత అమౌంట్ ఆఫ్ వర్క్ చేస్తామో దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ as పొటెన్షియల్, రైట్? దట్ ఈస్ కాల్డ్ as the potential difference between the 2 points A and B. Okay, so that is right. VAB can be written as, that is we are talking about the potential difference between the 2 points. Initial point is B and final point is A. So I'm moving the test charge from B to A. VAB can be written as QT is 1. So minus integral E dot dl. E dot dl bar. So this is the right concept of potential. Okay, so right, understood? So clearly, right, we have explained two terms here, work and potential. What is this work? So the point that we have to remember is, whenever there is a charge particle, there will be some field. Okay, in this field, if I have to move another test charge, okay, if I want to move or hold another test charge, if I have to move this another test charge by a small distance, then I have to spend some energy. Okay, so the amount of energy that you spend, or the amount of the work you have done, is called as a work done. Okay, so this work done can be given by the formula W is equal to minus QT into E bar dot dl. Okay, next is the amount of work done in moving a unit test charge. Okay, unit charge means charge of 1 coulomb from a point B to point A is called as the potential difference between the 2 points. Okay, B to A. So these are the two important concepts that we have to study, right? We have to remember. I think I'm clear with this. Yeah. So we have discussed about the concept of potential and work done, right? So let us move on with this, right? We are going to see next thing. So that is, if I have for example a charge, right? So like this is a charge. So this charge produces some field, and if I want to move another charge from point A to point B, right, I have to do some work, right, which is what we call it as the work done, right? And if I move a unit test charge from the point A to point B, right, okay, so right, then the work done will be called as potential difference between the 2 points. Okay, so if I move it from B to A, that is, if initially if it is B to A, we write it as VAB. Okay, this is what we have to understand. And if I move it from A to B, right, we write it as VBA. Okay, so these two, right, and these two will be equal and opposite, right? So VAB will be equal to minus VBA. Okay, so these are the two right potential differences between the points B and A. Okay, and one more thing that we studied is, if I move this charge in a closed path like this. Okay, so for example, if I go to if I take the charge from A to B and again return back from B to A, then the net charge or the net work I am doing is 0. Okay, so the net work I am doing is 0. Okay, so that is the work done in moving a test charge, right, from a in a closed path is always equal to 0. Right, now this is the potential difference. The next thing is absolute potential. What is absolute potential? Absolute potential is nothing but the potential at the point A. Okay, so we call this potential as potential difference. That means I am taking the right, it is basically saying the potential difference between the points A and B. Okay, the amount of work that I am doing from this point to this point. Okay, now what is absolute potential? Absolute potential is nothing but it is the amount of work, that is, it is the amount of work done in moving a test charge or a unit charge to a point A from infinity. Okay, so the amount of work, infinity or reference, any reference. Okay, so reference point. So the amount of, right, the amount of work done in moving a test charge or in moving a 1 coulomb charge or a test charge from a point infinity or reference point or a point where v is equal to 0, where the potential is equal to 0. Such points are called as reference points. Okay, so moving a point from a infinity, okay, or from a reference to a particular point is called as the absolute potential at the point A. Okay, that is the amount of work done in moving a unit test charge from infinity to that particular point A is called as the absolute potential of the point A. Okay, so it is represented by VA. Okay, when we say VA, it's called as the absolute potential. There is no second point here, right? So initial point has to be taken as infinity. Okay, so I am moving the charge, unit test charge, from the infinity location or 0 reference point location to the point A. So if I do that, then such concept or the such thing is called as absolute potential at the point A. Okay, similarly, if I move some point to B, some test charge to point B, then what I get is VB. The absolute potential at the point B is VB. So the potential difference is always will be equal to the difference between the absolute potentials. Okay, VAB will be always equal to VA minus VB. Okay, are you able to understand, maths, right? So okay, potential difference means the difference, that is I am moving the test charge between these 2 points. What is absolute potential? Absolute potential means it is the amount of work done in moving the charge from where, from infinity to the point A. Okay, that's called as VA. From the point infinity to point B is called as VB. Okay, clear with this? So that is V, right? The potential V, right? We write it as infinity to A E dot dl, E bar dot dl bar. Okay, so this is the absolute potential of A. Okay, right? So the second that we take is infinity. Okay, so this is the concept of absolute potential. Is it clear now? Right? So we have discussed work, formula for work, potential, right? Potential difference between 2 points, right? And then what is that? Next is absolute potential. Absolute potential, you know what is absolute potential? Absolute potential is the amount of work done in moving a test charge from infinite location to the point A. Okay, to any point A. Okay, so that is called as the absolute potential of the right point A. Okay, so this is the concept of absolute potential, right? So okay, all the basics are done, right? Now let us derive the expression for absolute potential or potential difference first. Okay, so let us consider a simple example of point charge. Okay, so I'm considering a simple point charge. This from here onwards it will be very simple and easy because already E bar are done. So point charge or potential calculations are easy. Okay, right. Sorry, before this, one very important point that we have to remember is, okay, that I forgot to tell is, right? So the potential difference between the 2 points A and B, note down this point. Okay, the potential difference between the 2 points, that is VAB, this does not depend on the path. Okay, it only depends on the end points, right? Okay, so the potential that we calculate never depends upon the path, right? So whatever may be the path, that means if I move this charge like this, or if I move this charge like this, or something like this. Okay, so in each case the work done will be same and the potential will be same, right? Remember this clearly. You can calculate, we can do some problems also, right? We will verify by ourselves, but this is a very important property, right? What is this property is, the potential difference or the work done will never depend on the path. Okay, on the path in which the point unit test charge is moved. Okay, it only depends upon the starting point and the ending point. Okay, so from where to where you are moving, right? ekkadi nunchi ekkadiki move chestunnam, remaining all it doesn't, right? The path is not a matter at all. Okay, so right, I hope this point is clear. Okay, so right? And the other point that we discussed, if I move it in a closed path, like okay, like this, if I go like this and come back again like this to point A, then the total work done or the total potential will always be zero, okay, because starting point and ending point is same, okay. So this point is very important, right? The path, the potential never depends upon the path traversed, okay. So it only depends upon what is the initial point and what is the final point, okay, right? Now let us calculate the potential for a point charge, okay. So let us consider a point charge Q. This is a point charge Q, right? What is the potential because of this point charge Q, or what is the potential difference? Let us consider 2 points are there, okay. So point B and point A. This point A is at a distance of let's say small ra from the Q, which is at origin, okay. So I'm Q is at origin, Q is at origin, okay, origin of let's say sphere, a spherical coordinate system. So point charge is there, it is present at the spherical coordinate system, right? So it is present at the origin, okay. So let us consider that point A is there. The point A is at a distance of radial distance of ra, small ra, from the origin, okay. And point B is there, which is again in the same line, okay. It is in the same line, or it can be in anywhere, okay. It is at a distance of rb from the origin, okay, rb from the origin. So the distance to point A is ra, and the distance to point B, this point B, or this wherever you consider, this distance is rb, okay. So ra and rb. Now we need to find out, right? Our basic point is to find out what is the potential difference between the point B, point A, and what is the point B to A, and what is the absolute potential at point A and absolute potential at point B, okay. So let us do this, okay. It's a very simple expression, right? So now Q is at origin, okay, right? What is the potential right? What is the formula, sorry, what is the formula for electric field intensity due to Q? So E bar, right? So E bar due to a point charge, E bar due to a point charge can be given as Q by 4 pi epsilon, right? 4 by epsilon into 1 by R square AR, AR bar, correct? Okay. So E bar because of the, right, charge Q is given by Q by 4 pi epsilon into 1 by R square into AR bar, okay. So this is the right expression for electric field intensity because of the point charge, okay. Now, right, if I want to calculate potential, I need to find out right, I need to evaluate what is the potential formula. Formula for potential difference is VAB is equal to integral minus B to A. So my starting point will be B, ending point will be A. V dot, sorry, E bar dot DL bar. This is the formula, right? So okay, so for finding out the potential difference between the 2 points A and B, I need to use this formula, okay. So here I need to find out the values of E bar and DL bar, take the dot product, integrate it, I will get the formula expression, okay. So firstly E bar because of point charge. What is the E bar because of point charge? E bar is equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon 1 by R square AR bar, okay. Similarly, what is DL bar? What is DL bar? What is the coordinate system we have considered? Okay, the coordinate system that we have considered is a spherical coordinate system, okay. And there is a change, right? The change, okay, that is the point is moved from this location to this location, or this location to this location, okay. So or in this way, whatever it is always a line, linear change, ante kada. So what I'm going to get is a linear change, that's why I'm writing DL bar, okay. So change, right, change in length or change in line, okay. So DL bar can be written as, right, okay, dr AR plus R d phi A phi plus R sin theta d theta A theta, okay. So this is the expression for DL bar in the spherical coordinate system, okay. Spherical coordinate system lo manaki, right, what is the expression for differential length, change in length ante DL bar is equal to dr AR plus R d phi A phi plus R sin theta d theta A theta, okay. Clear with this? Ardhamaindamma? So till now what I am just a quick repetition. I have considered a point charge. This is my point charge q, right? This is a point charge q. Now I want to find out what is the potential difference between the 2 points A and B. Okay, point charge is located at the origin. The point A is located at a distance RA from the point charge, and the point B is located at a distance of RB from the point charge. Okay, right? So if I want to calculate the potential difference, the formula that I have is VAB is equal to minus B2A E bar dot DL bar. So I need to know what is E bar, what is DL bar. E bar is equal to Q by 4 pi epsilon 1 by R square AR bar, and DL bar is equal to, right, this is differential change in length in the spherical coordinate system. This can be given as DL bar is equal to dr AR R d phi A phi plus R sin theta d theta A theta. This is the expression for DL. Now let us take the dot product of these two. Okay, so VAB is equal to minus integral B to A, right, integral B to A E bar dot DL bar. E bar is this, right, and DL bar is this. So when I take dot product, AR dot AR is 1. So magnitude will remain Q by 4 pi epsilon 1 by R square. Okay, 1 by R square is what we get, right, and dr. Okay, AR dot AR is 1. Okay, next if I take this AR dot A phi, it is 0. We know that the product of unlike terms will be 0. So AR dot A phi is 0, 0, right? And again AR dot A theta is also 0. Okay, clear with this? So first term will remain AR dot AR is 1. So the magnitude we have to write. Okay, then AR dot A phi is 0, AR dot A theta is also 0. So what I get is like this. Okay, so yeah. Now this is equal to integral minus B to A, right? Q by 4 pi epsilon is constant. Okay, or we can, yeah, just a second. So we can put this outside, minus Q by 4 pi epsilon, right? Integral B to A 1 by R square dr. Okay, correct? So this is equal to, right, minus Q by 4 pi epsilon, right? Okay, so what is the integral of 1 by R square? Right, integral of 1 by R square is minus 1 by R, correct? Minus 1 by R from the point B2. Okay, so this is equal to minus Q by 4 pi epsilon, right? Okay, so I have to submit the limits, right? Okay, so what are the limits? The limits are from B to A. Ante kada? So first upper limit is A. So what is R at A? RA. So this is minus 1 by RA. Okay, clear? Ardhamavutundha? Minus 1 by RA. And next minus of minus, and the distance is RB. Okay, so minus 1 by RA minus 1 by RB. Okay, so therefore this is equal to, right? So I'm writing, I'm removing this part and I'm writing it up. So totally ee minus ni lopal mampichesi, and we can take out this minuses and we can take out this minus. So the final expression that I will get is VAB is equal to, VAB is equal to, right, Q by 4 pi epsilon, Q by 4 pi epsilon, right, 1 by RA minus 1 by RB. Okay, so this is the, right, voltage potential difference between the 2 points B to A because of a point charge. Okay, because of a point charge. So oka point charge valla manaki rendu points madhyalo, 2 points, any arbitrary points A and B madhyalo, what is the potential difference ante this is the expression. Clear ma? Clearly understood? Okay, so I'll repeat it again just for a quick recap, right? I'll repeat it again. So I have a point charge Q. Na daggara oka point charge Q undi. So because of this point charge there will be some field. Okay, field develop avutundi. Okay, so inside this field I am taking 2 points. Okay, So there is a point A and there is a point B. Wherever you can take this point B can be taken here also. So there is a point A, there is a point B. Okay. So there are 2 points, point A and point B. Now the thing is we need to find out what is the potential difference, okay, between these 2 points A and B మధ్యలో ఎంత potential difference ఉందో మనకు తెలియాలి. Okay, ఎంత potential difference ఉందో తెలియాలి, right? తెలిస్తే then we can calculate, right? Okay, or we can calculate the E bar. Okay, అది తర్వాత చూద్దాం. Okay, first of all we have to calculate what is the potential difference between the 2 points. Okay, so for that first నేను ఏం చేస్తున్నాను, Q, right? ఈ పాయింట్ చార్జ్ వల్ల ఈ బార్ నాకు తెలుసు, రైట్? ఫార్ములా ఫ్రమ్ కూలుమ్స్ లా, ఈ బార్ ఇస్ ఈక్వల్ టు q by 4 pi epsilon 1 by r square into ar bar. That is the q because of e bar because of the point charge q. Then dl bar. Okay, dl bar ante enti differential change in length, right? So this the coordinate system that I am considering is spherical coordinate system kabatti dl bar is equal to, right? Okay, what is the expression we write? dr ar plus, right, r d phi a phi plus r sin theta, okay, d theta a theta. So this is the expression for change in differential change in length in the spherical coordinate system. Now potential is nothing but v is equal to integral E dot dl. So take the dot product of E bar and dl bar. When I take the dot product, ar dot ar bar is 1, remaining all terms will be 0. So what I get is something like this. This is the expression that I get. Okay, this term will remain, the remaining 2 terms will become 0. Okay, now if I take the integral of this, q by 4 pi epsilon is constant, so I'll put it outside. So integral of 1 by r square. What is the integral of 1 by r square? Minus 1 by r. Okay, minus 1 by r, and the limits are from b to a. So the distance at b is this, and the distance at this is a is this. Okay, okay, RA, RB. So if I write, I'll get like this. The final expression that I'm going to get is this. Okay, so this is the potential difference between 2 points A and B because of a point charge. Okay, now if I want the absolute potential at A, okay, so absolute potential at A, that means VA infinity. Okay, so that is I am moving a unit test charge from where to where? From infinity to point A. That means the distance between the origin and the point B. Now the point B is at infinity. Okay, the point B is at infinity. So I am moving this charge from this to this. So the length is infinity. Okay, so therefore, right, the absolute potential at A, VA infinity or VA, is given by q by 4 pi epsilon, right, 1 by, sorry, okay, q by 4 pi epsilon 1 by RA, okay, 1 by RA minus 1 by infinity. So minus 1 by infinity means 0. Okay, so this is equal to q by 4 pi epsilon 1 by RA. Okay, right? So this is the absolute potential at point A. Similarly, if I take the absolute potential at point B, right, VB is equal to, right, now the point is moved from infinity to point B. Okay, so the final point is RB, right, and the final and the initial point is infinity. So again putting this as infinity, so what I get is q by 4 pi epsilon 1 by RB. Okay, right? So we can see that, right, VAB is always equal to VA minus VB. VA minus VB, q by 4 pi epsilon is taken as common, 1 by RA minus 1 by RB. That gives us this potential difference between the 2 points. Okay, so am I clear with this until now? Have you understood? If not, I'll just give you a problem. Just try to solve it quickly. Okay, don't take much of time. It's because we don't have so much time. So just quickly one problem. Okay, so write down a problem. A point charge q, a point charge q, okay. Yeah, so just one in exam we might get problems on potential, right? The concept of potential will not be asked, but problems on potential will be asked. So there is a larger probability of getting problems. That's why I'm emphasizing this. So a point charge q having a value of q is equal to 0.4 nanocoulombs. Okay, Q of 0.4 nanocoulombs is located at the origin. Is located at the origin. It is at origin. Okay, is at origin. Then obtain the absolute potential. Obtain the absolute potential of the point A at the point A given as A 2, 2, 3. Okay, obtain the absolute potential, that is VA. He is asking us to find out VA. Okay, so obtain the absolute potential at the point A 2, 2, 3. Okay, 2, 2, 3. Okay, that is one, right? Second is find out the potential difference between this point A. Find out the potential difference between this point A and another point B, and another point B located at -2, 3, 3. Find the potential difference between this point A and another point B located at -2, 3, 3. Okay, so this is the problem, right? So a point charge Q having a value of 0.4 nanocoulombs is located at origin. Okay, so what is the absolute potential at the point A given as 2, 2, 3? Okay, 2, 2, 3. Next is what is the potential difference between this point A and point B located at -2, 3, 3. Okay, so this problem was asked in the last exam. Okay,